Namaste, angels. Thank you for joining, liking, sharing, subscribing, commenting, all the different ways you support me, the channel, the videos. I do appreciate it. This is the reading for my fellow Aquarians and myself. I am so sorry. I wanted to have everybody's up at the same time, and then I decided to split the, 6 and 6, and I didn't even get to do Aquarius's with the 5th. I was on a roll, and I had just done Sagittarius, and I got the hiccups. I couldn't talk anymore. I couldn't get through a sentence, so I had to hold off on Capricorn, and hence us. But I'm here to do us. I keep saying us because I'm an Aquarius moon. So this is my reading as well. And our overall, or our most direct energy, our focus, our overall theme, so to speak, is the Six of Cups upright. So the Six of Cups is an energy of nostalgia. It may have something to do with our childhood, our siblings, friends from our past, just thinking back, maybe, the good old days, reflecting on memories and remembering when, just thinking of all the years that have gone by, and did anything come, to pass that we planned on doing as kids or in the past? Is there anything that I want to maybe put into effect now? That business that I thought I'd own, that I imagined myself owning, or how I, said when I grow up I'm going to be a doctor or a veterinarian or a nurse. Is it too late? No, of course not. It's never too late. We can definitely do that. I'll talk more about the Eight of Pentacles in reverse for a second. But so this is the energy that's most directly representing us. And this one is a more indirect. It can be, our energy, but it tends to be more so the people that are around us. So our co-workers, our friends, our family. And this Queen of Pentacles, in reverse, but not only in reverse, this Queen of Pentacles, period, has gotten around these readings. I mean, she has shown up in so many, but she's shown up in reverse. This is the 4th. The first 3 that she showed up in reverse, she was in the same placement over and over, right here, in work and finance. Cancer, Virgo, Scorpio. And then just now for Sagittarius, I believe it was, she showed up upright as, was it an overall energy? She showed up upright somewhere in their placement, and now she's back in reverse in the energy that's surrounding us. I think that some of us may be thinking on somebody that we miss. Perhaps one's mother. If your mother passed away, somebody may be remembering her. Or even if she hasn't passed away, maybe you just miss her in general. It's around holiday time, haven't seen mom, or you miss her, how she used to be in the past. Maybe she's not well now. I'm just picking up on different things. And this, it's likely a dark-haired woman, but of course your mom doesn't have to be. She may even be a direct earth sign, Capricorn, Virgo, Taurus, and just a good woman. She was a real nurturer, a real homemaker, just made everything at home feel comfortable. And that's what you want to do now. You want to pay a lot of attention to home. This is what this energy is moving you to do. And you just have to remember, like, in order to make your house or wherever you are, like, home is where the heart is. So in order to make your area feel homey, whatever sort of living condition you have, it doesn't have to take a lot of money. I mean, sure, there are amazing things that people can do with money and with homes, and I'm one of those that likes to watch like HD TV and see some of those things. But there's stuff that we can do to make ourselves feel comfortable, cozy, happy in our homes for next to nothing. And this card, this energy guides us to do some of those things if we're feeling that way, that we want to be nostalgic. Other people, we may even be having some sort of memorial, some sort of maybe family or friends get together in celebration or recognition of somebody that we miss from the past, who we all felt very loved by. When she shows up as it relates to work and finance, which she may be connected to this energy. It's Pentacles in both cases. Queen of Pentacles reverse, Eight of Pentacles reverse. She may be showing up to say, we might be, to indicate that we're trying to figure out what our next move is. And our next move may be trying to get a new job. Maybe we're out of work right now. We're applying for something, or we're trying to get a promotion or get moved around at the company where we are, or we've put out our resume to just go someplace completely new, or we're trying to start our own company. There is, in all of those scenarios, the possibility that we're going to be needing to really do our best work, put our best foot forward, and impress somebody. We got to wow them. Whoever they are, we got to wow them and just really have them interested in what we're doing. Some people may try to test you and give you, if you're currently working, especially, and you're trying to, you're up for a promotion perhaps or something, or they're watching you, they may try to dump more than you could possibly, do and remain sane. And just to see how well you do, and whether or not you ask for help or assistance at the appropriate time, they're definitely not going to give you any help until they can see that you know what you're doing on your own without the help, and that you're only asking for help as a supplement. But that may be coming up. And in terms of your own business or something, again, you're going to have to wow your potential clients, your potential investors. If you're applying for a job, looking for work, you're going to have to wow the interviewer. Make sure that they can see on your resume or hear out of your mouth when you're talking to them, or you get to demonstrate something, that you can demonstrate that you are skilled in the area of whatever the work is that they're looking for. Even if you have to, do your best act, fake it till you make it. You're going to have to, again, wow them. I can't think of a better way to say it. In terms of love and relationship, we could be super, super attractive over the next period, the period of the next 2 weeks, with Major Arcana card, the High Priestess, showing up. High Priestess is all about feminine empowerment, feminine wiles. We're just driving people crazy out there. They're like, oh, she's so fine. We may have more suitors than we're interested in. It's very possible that, you can just be too damn cute for your own good when the High Priestess is showing up in this position of love and romance. If you date women, however, if you're interested in women, contrarily, it could be that this woman is giving off an air that she is distant and or unapproachable, and that might be because she is, and she's going to stay like that. She's never going to come around. So what you're going to need to do is trust your intuition. And the High Priestess gives us very, very strong intuition. Trust your intuition. Pay attention to the signs your body is speaking to you. What does your heart say? What does your gut say? What have your guides showed you? Any signs, any syncs? Listen to it all. Your common sense, even your intellect, wisdom, and then you're going to decide what your next move is. But if you are attracted to men, or men are attracted to you, and vice versa, there may be a whole bunch, because this is just about that sort of feminine. We're wowing people. We're wowing people, even if by accident, even if we don't mean to. There also may be some differences, like these two pillars in the pictures. One is black, one is white. Maybe one is older, one is younger. There may be some differences too when the High Priestess shows up. That we're going to have to, if we're interested in the person, they're interested in us, we want to make it work. There are ways to make these things work. They may also be younger than us. But you know what? Despite all that, very well possible a soulmate relationship. Six of Cups can represent soulmate relationships for me, and or people returning from your past. So it could be both. Maybe somebody coming back from your past, perhaps an earth sign with an overall energy of the Knight of Pentacles. He is a Capricorn, Virgo, Taurus, or someone likened to those traits or attributes. He always reaches his goals. So if he has his sights set on you, He's going to make it to reach you. Now, of course, you have your free will to decide whether or not you're going to welcome him, but he's going to find his way. It may take a while. You may be saying, what's up with this dude? Like, what's taking him so long? I've been into him for the longest. But slow and steady wins the race as far as he's concerned. And he's very methodical. He's got a good plan. He may even shock the shit out of you and come out of nowhere with, like, proposal of marriage and stuff like that. And that's not necessarily over the next 2 weeks, but that's the type of person that this is. He could show up on a plane unexpectedly to visit you, show up at your door, hey babe, I'm here. And you'd be like, what in the world? Like, I had no idea we had moved, because he's working within his plan, and he might not be as communicative as he perhaps should be. And that's something that you have to work on with him, or he'll have to work on. But he's present, and he's in his own way, and he shows his attraction and demonstrates love in his own way. He speaks a language of practicality. So I'm going to do things that I feel are practical. I'm going to help you with your home, or I'm going to I'm going to visit you. That way I get a trip and you get to see me. It's a win-win. Like, we're not wasting anything. Everything's going to be practical, and it's going to make sense, right, with this guy. And again, he's going to make it to his goal. Now, when I picked this up, this is interesting. I was just talking about soulmate relationships. It may go even deeper than that. It could be twin flame relationship, divine union, because also when I picked up this Knight of Pentacles is the Two of Wands behind him. The Two of Wands in the tarot is a representation of divine unions or twin flame relationships. In addition to that, twos are about faith. As part of our manifestation, when we have a one, that's when we are thinking of ideas and thoughts and words, and we're speaking over ourselves, and we're thinking what we want. And then with two, because it hasn't begun to materialize yet, two requires us to have faith that it will. Like, we got to really believe in this process of manifestation and remain focused on that intention in a positive way. The two helps us to bring it toward us. That's what the faith is about. And then by the time we get to three, we begin to see things taking form. And then, of course, four is all about foundations and, home and hearth and happiness. So we'll think about it as you're halfway there with the two. Two is also about partnership. So partnership, faith, twin flame. And then we've got this Six of Cups. So it's like, and the High Priestess, it's like, having a belief that there are perfect matches that the universe selects for us, so that we selected before we incarnated here, and then it is possible for us to unite with them, and somebody for everybody, like all of these sort of cliches that most of us hope are indeed true, right? Because everybody wants love and everybody deserves love. So it could be absolutely some soulmate love for you, where this card is showing up behind the Knight of Pentacles, having nothing to do with love. It's still about progress, again, and manifestation. So an idea that you had maybe in the past could be even all the way back to your childhood, taking form now, beginning to take form now over these next 2 weeks. There may be competition for it, for whatever this idea is or whatever this relationship is. Again, the High Priestess can be about many, many people being attracted to you. Maybe an earth sign is, but guess what? Maybe a water sign is too. Scorpio, Pisces, Cancer. The Knight of Cups, or it doesn't have to be a direct water sign. It could be, of course, somebody likened to those traits or attributes, just really romantic, speaking a different language than this guy. Again, this one speaks one of practicality. This one speaks one of romance. He could sweep you off your feet with all the wonderful things that he does. And he tends to be genuine. So it's not just like putting on a show, putting on an act of sweeping you off your feet. That's him. That's his language. With which one do you resonate better? Sometimes it's nice to have this practicality. So, with romance, we could, be sleeping in a one-room shack. Now, I'm the type of girl that's willing to do that because I'm romanced. When I got married, as the wedding march, instead of Here Comes the Bride, I marched down the aisle to a Bob Marley song. I want to love you and treat you right. I want to love you every day and every night. We'll share a shelter. It's like we'll share the shelter of my single bed. I'm that type of girl. Like that single, I'll live in the single bed with you, and we can be broke if I'm in love and head over heels. But that doesn't really make much sense logically or practically, right? So maybe this one that can make me a nice home, even if it takes a little bit longer, right? He's not ready or willing to present himself to me until he has it to present. It's a little different. This one might be willing to show up and say, "Let's go now, baby." And this one's, he's not necessarily stepping up because he's not going to until he has what he feels, I deserve, we deserve. So there may be some competition there. Five of Wands could be a sign of competition. Could be competition at your work. That may be why you have to wow them. Why the Eight of Pentacles is showing up here. Or somebody could be conflicted. When the Five of Wands shows up, for me, if it's not about like inner conflict, one is conflicted, then it tends to be about work, right? Some sort of competition at work, or somebody with whom you're involved with in a conflict with at work, or a conflict with close friends and or family members. That may take us back to the Six of Cups. There may be something, again, that's going on with siblings or other family members. Knight of Cups for me, I also didn't mention, like the Six of Cups, can be about somebody coming back from your past. Somebody that you know. And it doesn't have to be in the area of romance, but more than likely it is, right? More often than not it is. Although it can be a friend or something also coming back from the past. You may be happy to see. Mercury retrograde has a way of bringing people back, blasts from the past, This just because this person comes back and it's for the area of romance perhaps, does not mean that we dated before. Doesn't have to be an ex, although it can be. Could be a friend, and maybe something else is going to develop because all of a sudden they're attracted to us too. They're looking at us differently. Maybe in the past, we were this little knock-kneed skinny girl, and now again we've got these really feminine wiles. We blossomed into a woman. The High Priestess is super attractive, so that may be what's going on as well. Really, really positive energy around us, one way or in one way or another. Even in the case of, us remembering somebody and even possibly gathering to memorialize somebody that we've lost. It's fond memories. This is not a sad occasion. We're celebrating a person's life, even in those cases. So further to that, again, our overall energy from the fortune teller cards, it's like more air energy. This is very air, but also water, because it's kind of chariot-ish too, which represents the sign of Cancer in the tarot. Plane, a journey is indicated either physically or metaphorically. So there's going to be movement in our lives one way or another. Your life will become more full also. Right behind that, also upright in a very similar scheme in terms of the design of the card, similar energy, mountain. Know that you're protected as you face challenges, but remain cautious. So, don't walk around with blinders on, but at the same time, no need to be paranoid or worried because the universe has got you, is what that means. From the Universal Love Oracle, enchantment. So this is healing head to toe if we're willing to be vulnerable. This woman, I can see, she's got scratches on her face. She's scarred. She's nude, right? Here's her breasts. You can see that her breasts are exposed. So she's nude, she's scarred, yet she's still standing there with her head tilted back, her eyes closed, allowing for this healing to come through. I see the rays, right? I see the indigo ray. I see the red ray. And I'm thinking this is Mars, right? The red planet, the masculine energy. Because we're all androgynous at the soul level. We all have an inner masculine and feminine. This is probably hers coming through to restore her, to heal her. And here's her Venus, right? Here's her feminine energy doing the same. And she's allowing for it. That's what we're going to have to do. And then when you do that, boom, look what happens. Abundance, right? Because this is more nude female body. This is more surrender. This is more allowing. And look at the result. Also, there's going to be a need to let go of what they call expectancy. This is, us trying to like dictate to the universe how to bless us, and our minds aren't vast enough to conceive what the universe can give to us. So like when we say, universe or God or however you go about it, I want, exactly a white mug that says soulmate. Like the universe is probably like, they're thinking like, why? I can give you this giant mug, with gold coming out of it and stuff. My mind is maybe not vast enough to have conceived that, mug overflowing with golds. And so I've specified I want this. So in doing so, I've blocked my blessing of the big mug with the gold pouring out. That's the idea of why we need to let go of expectancy. So this too is about surrender. And it's helping to bring about love. But again, even that we need to surrender to. It's more feminine nude body. Feminine nude body is always going to represent surrender to me, because it's about full vulnerability, right? When a person is naked, a woman is naked, she couldn't be more vulnerable. She's completely exposed, literally down to the bare essence, right? But also up right behind that is another one. It is reflection. So like I started out with the card that most directly represents us, the Six of Cups, and I said I feel that I got to mention this one first, whereas some of the other readings I've been starting with work and stuff, but I felt this one strongest for us because I felt it was the overall theme was legitimately the overall theme. The most important thing going on here is nostalgia and looking back on our life and looking forward on our life, reflecting, and where have I been? Where did I come from? Where am I going? And what do I want to take with me? The idea, travel is indicated. Pack light. Don't bring your heavy baggage into your future. Further to all of this, we've got some advice cards here too for the masculine. Ooh, sorrow. Again, like I said, I think that some of us are thinking back on situations from our past, and maybe even the loss of a loved one, possibly even our mother. And so, there will be some feelings of that. And even if it's not that deep or serious, sometimes just thinking back on the past, the fact that it's over, we can have mixed feelings of sorrow and joy. And, we might have some regrets and stuff. Those are the kind of things you want to let go of, like those negative emotions, regrets, resentment, the inability to forgive. Again, maybe a conflict with like our siblings or other family members. It's time to let it go, right? It's time to let it go. Thinking back on life can sometimes help us to realize that, how short life is, how we take it for granted, how it's time to make up with people that we're not speaking to. Not in every case. Some people you got to let go forever. But some people we may want to re-welcome back into our lives, especially if they show up at our door. For the feminine, from the Universal Love Oracle, it is relationship. This is a card about healing the relationship with oneself before anything else. It is a card similar to like the Hermit, for example, and the need for introspection, or the Nine of Pentacles, where, I'm okay. I'm not down or out, but I still would want to spend time with me, getting to know me, to like me, and to love me. And so that's what we're doing. And after that, our relationships with other people, be they our siblings or whomever, is going to be better. From the fortune teller deck to the masculine, unity, a time of divine understanding, renewal, peace, and hope. So again, renewal means we're starting again. We got replenished, and now we're able to start again. So we're leaving this kind of stuff in our past. You radiate and attract great love. I said we're super attractive right now. And lastly, for the feminine, from the fortune teller card, star. Hard times are over. Look forward to an abundance of happiness, enthusiasm, and positivity. Major Arcana card, this star in the tarot, represents our sign. The sign of Aquarius is all about communication, healing, right? Restoration, being made whole again, or to feel whole again. Prayers being answered, wishes being granted, and dreams coming true. And I hope all of that for all of you, and for me too. I hope that you guys have enjoyed the reading as well. I will be back with another one on the 18th of this month. And I'll try to make sure it's the 18th and not a moment later. Thank you again for liking, sharing, subscribing, commenting, all the ways that you support me and the videos and the channel. If you're interested in a private reading or energy healing or any of the cool merchandise I have available on my Society 6 page or on my Teespring page, that information will be below in the description box. And also my social media will be there. So you guys can be my friends and talk to me and maybe join us on Divine Girl Talk or in Divine Oneness. Especially if you've got any questions or, on the spiritual journey or life as a divine being. Thanks again. Namaste.